couldn't be me. Pa' mi frequency, te frequently. Matando esto con sabor y efficiency. No gasto tiempo, waste no time, not my money. Boss baby, CEO del LLC. Lo tengo en un pánico. Dale rápido. Quiero crecer y dar más fruto, algo botánico. Lo hice bien orgánico. Tomé el maquinón. Voy subiendo como espuma y tú bajando bien titánico. On my way. I ain't built this in a day. But you know I'm here now to stay. I'm hungry, boy, I'm not here to play.
Thinking that it happened overnight. In it for the long haul flight. Committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite.
Same reason. A lot of those games are intense, and the Steelers game will be no different. Ryan Clark predicted they will win this week because they have the edge at halfback. How do we prove them wrong this week? Let's just score more touchdowns. And then, okay, that's all we have. Oh, cool. Take you a lot.
Turning up. Every time you see me, I look like bugs. Pound my friends in a big black truck. I'm Vanessa, I like salsa. I'm a dancer, You pay fees for my big show. In Ibiza for my lead show. I don't do arguments in my relationships. I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this and say something. I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this. I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Ravens and the Steelers on Sunday night primetime.
While the sun is set, there's still plenty of light in the stadium for this primetime contest. We've waited all day for this one, haven't we, Brock? It's time for the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds,
it breeds contempt. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
Man, we got to get it together. We done lost 2 in a row.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And the nightcap to a busy Sunday is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
Now see that. Let's run over.
So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. Leading this offense out, already one of their faces in just his first season. It's their rookie out of Georgia.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then... Blocking a possessed running back, you get some serious yards on the table.
Harris once more. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Looking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Good job.
On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And this is marked out all the way down to the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Hey, it's very easy for me to use all these psychological cliches, Kate, right? Got to flush it. You got to play one play at a time. You got to flush last week's 5-interception performance, but the reality is you got to be in the moment. You can't even be thinking about last week. You got to think about every play, guard that ball with everything you got, and most importantly, help your team find a W. Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Play fake, Jackson. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Lamar off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Finds him on the crossing route. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Lamar now from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy league, just because you get out of one guy's arms doesn't mean you're safe anytime soon.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. From the gun, Jackson. Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the 1st down.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a 1st inside the red zone. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. To go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Lamar out of the pistol. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it up.
Oh, man. Wrong fucking guy.
Steelers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders are willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Caught by Freiermuth. They'll have him gain up about a handful there. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. That one gains 7. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
From the 27. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted.
Good job.
That's
Simmons, good
Justin
defense.
Simmons. And he takes this one back for the pick six. Well, that certainly wasn't the end result he was after there, Brock. A big play to start the scoring, but we can definitely say this was not his intention, letting that pass go.
No, a lot of game left, though. And that's a positive. And you know what? He's going to have a chance to totally redeem himself after that one.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. His return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers offense headed out. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick six. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. Throw secured by George Pickett. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Pass play now. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running behind center with Harris. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
2nd and 8. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. They're throwing it. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's a throw. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers get it down to a single point. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Chris Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers tie this game 7-7. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Ravens offense returning to the field for their second possession. And it's going to be interesting to see, Brock, if they're a little rattled. Seeing that interception end up costing them the lead. Things all tied up now.
Okay, maybe a little rattled, but these are pros. And part of that is understanding. Those guys on the other side, they're capable of making plays too. The key now is to go atone for it and get that lead back.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good for a gain of 5. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Oh, he puts some heat. He's got it inside the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Into the hands of Walker. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get them enough for a first down. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Going to the ground again on first. And he takes this down close, up to the 3. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Hill. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Back to the well again. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Ravens take a 2nd quarter lead. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. He throws a bullet deep. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And his start to the season has been special, hasn't it? The way he's played, it's no surprise at all that he's leading the NFL in passing. The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Dante Jackson takes it away. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there 1 play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
Finds his man over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And they'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Trying to find his tight end. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
A 3rd down run with Harris. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Here's Harris. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play fake with Jackson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck on the tight end dump off, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Pistol snap to Jackson. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another carry for him. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them. Keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Come on, man. Damn it.
And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this 1st half. 3rd time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And the Steelers have a short field in front of them as they take over. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Need a conversion, and they're throwing for it.
Yes.
That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's going deep. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So it'll be 2nd down.
The ability to track the ball. Right, ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That one vehemently swatted away. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Lamar back to throw. Bateman hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
1st down, here's Lamar. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. He'll try and pick this up on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up 2nd down. Lamar now from the gun. And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
And the Steelers going nickel, 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's
Good
that car
job,
wash
Mark.
ball.
Good job,
Just come
Hardy
to
Hawk.
life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. It's do it with that kind of accuracy down the field. This dude's elite.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Another look for him, Brock. And hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
Connects with Bateman. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Give him 4 yards, and that moves him that much closer. 2nd and goal now from the 2.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Ravens looking for a score before halftime. Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Hill. And he gets in. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you got to wonder if they're going to be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That throw finds Pickens. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
From the 39, he completes it in traffic. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing it again here. Completed here to Pickens. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Still sticking with the passing game. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. don't connect on first. It's second down. He breaks the tackle, and he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Deep sideline shot is caught, and he
Fuck
gets
this
out
guy.
to stop the clock. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
You're gonna make this man stand. He's gonna stand and look at the man. Wow.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. McCole Hardman now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Jackson throwing here. Getting out to his left. He can run it. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Steelers will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll come out throwing. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help him get some points here going into the half. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. Dicker connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
All right.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return starts from the goal line. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where you see the final score there. Will Levis, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Amon-Ra St. Brown leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Hardman with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Changing it up here, Jackson. He's got a man left. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They've got 1st down from the 31. Flag down. This could be a free opportunity for the offense. Has him on the quick hitter. And as this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field.
Offside. Defense.
So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lamar off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime.
Good job.
How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play. Yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
Yeah.
Tucker on for the extra point.
Good job.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11.
Steelers 17. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
First and 10, give to Harris. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. Harris once more. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Facing fourth down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Hardman with a return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Ravens ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. Gets this to Bateman. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Blown back gets the handoff. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. He'll cobble together a yard there. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
What you see? Oh, he's tired.
Lamar out of the pistol. Cut out left.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
Okay.
Play fake. Jackson. Catch is made down the right sideline. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens lead by 14. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Okay, yeah, it was outside 30 yards. Okay. Let's make it sure I wasn't cheating, because I'm like, damn, that shit didn't seem like it was that close, but it was outside 30 yards. Right. So,
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens lead by 15 now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive.
Good job, ready?
They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again following the sack. Throwing the out route complete.
Oh.
Wow, they get a big old 32 yards on that play as well as a new set of downs.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
Sit again, because they made him run out of bounds. The guy that was behind him. I'm trying to change him to make him run out. Let's see what's in here.
So the ball on the midfield stripe now after that big play. It's first and 10. From the gun, they go with Harris. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Good job, Hamilton.
George Pickens, the intended target. And it's third down.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking for a throw here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. An easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
They'll throw on first. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Baltimore running its offense out now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. I mean, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Drive starts out with a first and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Walker hauls it in. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hand off to the back. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. That's a short gain of 1. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, hard to come by in this league.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line.
Take it to the 4.
Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
You're going to the 4.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running this one left. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Pretty safe to say on 2nd and short, that just simply can't happen. Can't happen. A loss of this length, not sure anyone expected to see that. Now big old hole to dig out of.
Jackson now on 3rd. Throw left side, complete.
Take him up 4th and 4.
And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for this. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see, because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Jackson getting his guys in the hurry up.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 18.
Another carry for him. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
1st and 10 from the 41. Back to the well again. And he's brought down for a loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 11. Bateman hauls it in. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. Picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jackson connects with Bateman. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And this isn't going to do it. The kick is no good. And they can't add 3 to their lead of 15.
Well, they're still in great shape to win this game, Kate. Don't tell the kicker that. You know he's bummed with every miss. But with that miss, still 2-touchdown game, and one more stop here can very much end things.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's got Harris. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 4. Dump off caught by his back.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Running behind center with Harris. And they stop him after a pickup down to the 24. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Give now to the running back. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. He's getting him. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And This is going to stay with the
They got the
offense as
ball.
he makes the recovery. Almost the impact play this defense was searching.
How the fuck did they get this ball? He sucked it up. Wow.
Get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Running left is Harris. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. They'll throw it. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Back to throw. Has it in close. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now we've got some whistles as we see an injured player, and pretty quick to identify. It's Pat Freiermuth who was hurt on the play. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Harris. Is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Extra point try coming. This would importantly make it a 1-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Hardman with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. They're out and set. 1st and 10. And after a little running, he gets this up to the 32. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Trying the right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Huh? All right.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw it. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Ravens up by 8. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Man in motion, out of the slot. And they get this down to the 28. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Slot man motioned over. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
1 yard on the run. It's going to be 4th and 10. Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. This will be a 44-yard look. Tucker's kick is up and good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
That kick right there, Kate, it was a crucial one that really just caused their odds of winning this game to jump substantially. Now we've got a 2-score game. It really leaves no room for error for this opposing offense as they prepare to take the field.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it to start this drive. He's got the hook up to Cooper. And that is exactly what they needed. A quick first down, and he freezes that clock. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers first down. They'll try and throw it here. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's second down coming up.
Put a gold star on the grade sheet for that defensive coverage, even with plenty of time to throw it. That defense never gave the QB a lane to complete it.
Second and 10 now. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here he is to throw. Gets this one to Harris. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish out the sweep of their division rivals. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
Came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them blacks, the A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success to promote it, to just do it. Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating little daddy LeBron. Your mammy's a petty. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from think I gotta go through. I don't like therapy, you like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel it over. Got the whole Roku. Been big dog for the Totoro. Told you, wait, don't even know you. Step right. I'm a long trip. Look at my dip.
Always nice to beat that team. Felt really good run. Cut it fair in the pocket. Just proved him wrong. I'll play Najee Harris. What he did, he set up all the extra mistakes. Alright, the critical play. Subscribe to 5 Robertson for winning the game.